Here is a simple question. Are you only working on the highest value items that only you can do? Some things you can and should delegate, but there are others that need your exclusive personal touch. Isn't that what leaders should be doing with their time? If that is not the case, then please take note of some efficiency ideas from today's show. Welcome back to this weekly edition every Tuesday of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? In this show, we are looking at the critical areas for success in business in Japan. We want to help advance everyone's thinking so that we can be at the forefront, the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Before we get into this week's topic, here is what caught my attention lately. The proportion of children with allergies or dental problems is more than 10 times higher in families on welfare than those who are not receiving benefits. The Tokyo University study identified factors such as stress, house dust, and lack of supervision. In households on welfare, 31% of boys aged 5 to 9 suffer from asthma, 10 times higher than the norm. In other news, part-time university lecturers with PhDs are part of the working poor. They get paid a very low amount for lectures, get no pay during holiday periods, and don't get remunerated for preparing classes or marking essays. Tenure tracks are reducing, but those entering the pipeline are increasing. In 2018, the number of PhDs was 15,658, compared to only 5,576 in 1989. The number of PhDs doing part-time work went up sixfold, from 15,658 in 1989 to 93,145 in 2016. Finally, 1 in 7 Japanese children lives in relative poverty. The child poverty rate in Japan tops all of the OECD countries. In single-parent households, it is 50%. Among households on welfare, the ratio of children advancing to universities and vocational training was 35%, less than half. The average was 73%. This is episode number 99, and we're talking about how to finally get your act together. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. The first thing is to make sure you are in the moment, says 16-time tennis Grand Slam winner Novak Djokovic. That is much easier to say than to do. You have to exclude all distractions and focus on what you are about to do. In order to get into that state of concentration, you need to have a lot of experience and a lot of mental strength. You are not born with that. It is something you have to build by yourself, he said. Leaders are busy people, and it is difficult to find time during the day to be in the moment. Phones ring, email floods in without mercy, staff want a piece of you, meetings suck the life force out of your day. Business social media beckons with that siren call of, look at me, look at me, look at me. Imminent deadlines loom. Consequently, you often look back on the day and are bewildered as to where the time went, and you become frustrated with how little actually got done. Excluding distractions and focusing on what you need to be doing are learned skills. It is astonishing to me how few leaders plan their day. When I'm teaching leadership to senior leaders and we get to the time management bit, I ask, who plans their day? written down or prioritised. On average, I would be lucky to get 10% of the participants raising their hands. When I clarify that they are writing it down in some form of numbered order, a few sheepishly lower their hands. Are they lacking the mental strength to be able to organise themselves? I don't think that is the issue. It seems to be a general lack of ability to self-organise their day. The first barrier is philosophical. I don't want to be locked into a schedule because mind changes so much throughout the day, there is no point setting priorities which will keep changing. There is breakthrough technology available for that. It's called the pencil. If your priorities change, then just change the order by rewriting the list. I can't be bothered doing that burdensome task. Well, if that erase and rewrite construct is too much for you, then we have to wonder why you are being put in charge of people and budgets in the first place. The reality is the basic order of priorities will only ever change a few times a day, and not every day. So the alteration of the order is no big deal, so get over it. The power of setting priorities in order is that you can concentrate on the highest value components of your work. When I was at university, I remember one of the professors showing me a cartoon about the difficulties of sitting down and writing. The ironing, the cleaning, the lawn mowing were all given a higher priority because the writer was afraid to start and look for escape routes. We do that in leadership. We procrastinate on projects and tasks we should be doing. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear, and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is the product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now. Welcome back. The golden rule of leadership time management is we can't do everything, but we can do the most important things. The most high-value tasks are those that only we can do. They are not things we can delegate. The key is to concentrate our mental energy to be in the moment, to complete those highest value tasks without being distracted or hindered. Therefore, time must be allocated for the highest value tasks that we have nominated ahead of all the other many tasks. The latter are the low-value tasks, which is where those without a prioritised list spend the majority of their working lives and are left wondering why they can't get enough done. To allocate the time required for the highest value tasks, we need to create block time. This is cordoned off time, no distractions time, no meetings time, no calls or email time. We prioritise the highest priority work to be done, and we throw everything we have at it, uninterrupted and unapologetically. Allocate time in our diaries for block time by diarising a meeting with ourselves that is set in stone. If we don't do that, we will never be able to marshal the time we need for the highest value projects we need to be working on. We also need to create block time for thinking. We get very tied up in our business, busy, working in them. We should also allocate time for working on them as well. That means getting away from the everyday routine and taking a step back. We need that thinking time to let ideas emerge, percolate, and galvanize. What should I be doing more of? What should I be doing less of? What can I add into the business? What can I take out? Time spent pondering these ponderables will be some of the most valuable time we spend at work. You don't do it now or do enough of it because you are not allocating the time. The weeds have seized you and you must break free. Leaders, let's stop kidding ourselves. All we have is time, and how we spend it determines all. Let's take back our control and rise above the noise to work at the most peak level of effectiveness, absolute effectiveness possible for us. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show is here to help you succeed in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember to hit the subscribe button. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It's awesome value, so check it out. Please leave me some feedback on YouTube. I would love to know how this show has helped you and what other topics you're interested in for me to cover. Remember, I'm here as a free resource to help you, so just tell me how I can help you best. You might also enjoy my podcasts. Look for the Leadership Japan series, the Presentations Japan series, and the Sales Japan series, wherever you get your podcasts. In episode 100, we're talking about passion around presenting. Find out more about that next week. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business. That is up.